Probably the thing that I'm most proud of for the JCC is the fact that we were able to continue our operations and continue to build community, run the programs that we've always run, even though they may not have looked the same and they may have been different. We canceled our camp, but we started a program called the Alternative Summer Experience, which allowed families to be able to continue to work, drop their kids off. It gave the kids an opportunity to be out in the, in a camp type atmosphere, even though we were still restricted by all the different, things with the pandemic. Same thing with our senior programs. We still offered senior programs, even though it wasn't happening here. We added the Soup for the Soul program. We had conversations with seniors. They would drive by, and Julie and other staff and volunteers would, meet with them, talk with them. We called seniors to make sure they were doing okay. In light of everything that was going on with, the pandemic. It was not to be a soup program or a subsidy program for seniors. It was really designed to be an opportunity to engage with seniors and to provide something that made them feel good, that made them feel like they were part of our community and that people were thinking about them, and gave them a sense of belonging and being part of who we are. So it really, if nothing else, was an engagement point. The response not only from the seniors who received it, that obviously loved the program, but we, at our peak, we were over 200 people that we served for that program. But what was just as satisfying, or a sense of accomplishment, was the volunteers that took part in delivering the soup to help out with the delivery, as well as the donations that we received. Once we publicized what we were doing, the community as well as the seniors themselves stepped up with, I believe, almost $20,000 in contributions strictly designated for the program itself. It was more than just Soup for the Soul. We did have conversations with seniors, and it was the group when when things were lifting a little bit, we had more demand from seniors for programming than I think we did anywhere else. Obviously, with the early childhood and family programming, people needed our services, but it was our Silver Sneakers program, and our seniors were asking, why aren't you doing it? When can we come back? When are you going to provide programming? They were coming to our, the fitness center, and still coming and doing whatever they could, but they were the ones that were really pushing us, asking when are you going to offer classes again. When we look at impact, I think we were filling a need for families in general to bring some normalcy. We talk about the early childhood, the Mandel Early Childhood Center, and with that, we were able to start up and run all the programs that we were running, maybe again, not to the scale that we did before, where we were at capacity. We reduced our capacity, and we were able to provide quite frankly, some of the highest quality programming that we have provided, certainly since I've been here. And I can tell you that Kim, our director, said it was one of the most satisfying years that she has had, not only here at the JCC, but in her career, that it was just seeing the development of the kids really on a smaller scale, and to work through with families, again, who needed us to be there, and that's exactly what we did. It wasn't only with the early childhood, it was with the school-age children. We offered a distance learning program to kind of meet the needs of the families who had to work, but their schools were all closed, so we were here for them to be able to provide that support and that service. A big part of our accomplishment was building community, providing services, throughout the pandemic, and as things started to ease up. And we wouldn't be able to do that without the financial support that we've gotten from the community, from the JCBA, from all the donors, that have supported us this year and really every year.
The challenges with COVID really had an impact on education globally, and certainly an impact here at the Lippman School and on campus. But what I'm really proud about our school and our community is how resilient we were in the face of these challenges and how much innovation our school was able to incorporate in meeting the needs of families and students here. And at the end of the experience, even though we're still struggling with it in some ways, I really feel like the school is in a stronger place than it was pre-pandemic. I think what happened during the last couple of years was parents really understood the value of a Lippman school education, and they understood that in this small community of really caring professionals and professionals who live the Jewish values that are found throughout our campus, that they were able to recognize that having their kids here was really important for many reasons, not just the small student-teacher ratio, but also the connection with the families during this time. I think the ability of our campus and our school to stay very closely connected with the needs of our families and communicate how their kids were doing during these times was really something about our school that I feel really proud about, and I learned even more about during these times. Yeah, I think one of the values about family in the Jewish tradition that shines through in the school is that it's a partnership between the parents and the teachers and the students. And again, that really became even more evident during the last couple of years. And when kids and families needed us to be flexible, or needed us to be more supportive, or needed us to challenge kids in just the right way, whether that was being in person or even online opportunities, we were able to do what it took to make this education work for them in these unique times. And I think it really are those values that so make the school and the campus so special. So as a donor to the campaign, I think we can all feel really proud that our dollars are supporting not just the Lippman School, but all the programming on campus where these values have shown so brightly at a time when families need us, the community needs us, and the investment that donors are making into this school and this community at this time have really paid great dividends. It's been very rewarding to be the head of the Lippman School during these tough times. It hasn't been easy. But we have a supportive group of professionals and a supportive community, and community members who are continuing to invest in us during these times. You really recognize how special this place is.
During the pandemic, volunteers from here came over to my house and gave me, through the JFS, a camera, a video, and hooked it up. I was amazed. And now I watch Zoom for every event around everywhere. And I can see them and talk with them, and it's wonderful. I know that if I need a ride somewhere or need anything in my house, I know that they would be there.
Shalom Ekron, I've heard you miss Israel, and exactly for this reason, I'm here for you as your virtual shaliach. My name is Shai Rubinstein, I live in Tel Aviv, Israel, and this year I'm going to lead Israel programming live from Israel. Thanks to your generosity, I have this amazing opportunity to engage all ages, from seniors to kids in your community. I'm delighted to serve your community and be your first ever virtual shaliach. I look forward to seeing you in all our programming, and thank you once again for supporting the Federation and in particular Israel programming. Thank you.